Welcome to Drawing Network Diagrams by Hand. There are two primary reasons we recommend you learn to draw network diagrams. One is to help in your thinking process about the IOE and also the communication process. Please leave behind any preconceptions you have about your ability to draw. You can draw well enough. And also, please now get a piece of paper and a pencil or pen if you don't already have one. Okay, let's practice some network diagram symbols. The first symbol I'll use is a rectangle, which will be the symbol for a generic end device. And I'll usually annotate it with something like PC for a desktop, T for a tablet, PR for a printer, S for a smartphone, and so on. Next, we have the symbol for the crucial local area network device, the layer 2 switch. And this is a simplification of the three-dimensional icon commonly used in Cisco documentation. That's the layer 2 switch. For more complex networks, may want to use a multi-layer switch, which has a somewhat more complex icon and is a very versatile device we'll learn more about later. So we'll label that as a layer 3 switch. The key device, of course, for connecting different networks and forming an internetwork is the router, which we can simplify with a circle with an X in it. And if it's a wireless router, we may indicate that with something approximating antenna. In networking, when we want to hide complexity or actually refer to specific cloud computing entities, we will draw a cloud. And this is very important conceptually because sometimes there's parts of the network whose services, for example, are provided to us and we don't need to know the details. And it's easier to group and ungroup devices that way. But sometimes we're talking about specifically cloud computing. And in both cases, we'll use some sort of cloud symbol. Finally, there's three common connection types we're going to want to start to draw. If you draw a straight line, generally that's going to be referring to Ethernet. And that may be 10 base T, 100 base TX, or 1000 base T, which would be gigabit Ethernet. The lightning bolt symbol is a generic symbol for a serial connection, typically associated with wide area network connections. And finally, if we draw wave fronts, this is typically used to indicate a wireless connection. So using this basic vocabulary of symbols, we can draw a fairly diverse set of networks.